You know when you open a company's annual report and you find this super dense, formal-looking document tucked inside? It looks kind of intimidating, right? Well, it's actually the key to figuring out if a company is financially healthy. And today, we're going to break it all down.
I mean, think about it. A company says, hey, we made billions in profit, or our assets are worth a fortune. But how do you really know they're telling the truth? How can you be sure those numbers are legit and not just, made up?
Well, that's where this document comes in. The Independent Auditor's Report. Every public company has to have one. It's basically an official checkup done by an outside expert. And that word, independent, is absolutely crucial. It means the opinion you're about to read is objective and totally free from the company's influence.
All right, so you've got this report in your hands. Where do you even begin? Simple. You go straight to the first section, the auditor's opinion. This is the bottom line. It's the final verdict. If this whole thing were a doctor's visit, this is the diagnosis you came for.
You want to look for this golden phrase right here. In our opinion, the financial statements give a true and fair view. When you see those words, it's a huge green light. It means the auditor has gone through everything and says, yep, these numbers are solid. It's the clean bill of health you're looking for. And honestly, it's the single most important sentence in the entire report.
Okay, but a verdict is only as good as the evidence behind it, right? So how did the auditor actually come to this conclusion? Well, the very next section, called the basis for opinion, tells you exactly that. It's where they show their work. Trust is built right here, in 3 key steps. First, the auditors say, we followed the rules, meaning the official international standards on auditing. Second, they declare their independence, confirming they don't have any conflicts of interest that would bias them. And third, they state that they gathered enough solid proof, enough evidence to actually back up their opinion. It's their way of proving they're reliable.
Okay, so we've got the final verdict and we know why we can trust it. Now we get to what I think is the most fascinating part. This is the section that basically tells you what kept the auditor up at night, the biggest financial risks the company was dealing with.
It's called Key Audit Matters, or CAMs for short. Just think of these as the financial hotspots. These are the trickiest, most complex areas where there was a high risk of something being wrong, or where the company's management had to make some really big judgment calls.
So, what kind of stuff are we talking about here? Well, a key audit matter could be how a company values some complicated investment, or how they calculate the value of a brand they just bought. It could even be about a major lawsuit. And for every single one of these risks, the report doesn't just point it out. It tells you exactly what the auditor did to check it and get comfortable with the numbers.
Now, beyond all those specific risks, the auditor has to answer one fundamental question. Can this company actually stay in business for the foreseeable future? This is called the going concern assessment. And if the auditor has doubts, if they include a special paragraph highlighting a material uncertainty, that is a major, major red flag. It doesn't automatically mean the company is going bankrupt tomorrow, but it signals serious financial trouble.
Now let's clear something up because this is a really common mix-up. Who's actually responsible for all these numbers in the first place? Is it the auditor? Nope. Let's define the roles here, because they are very different. So here's the deal, and it's a crucial point. Management creates the financial statements. They prepare the numbers, they design the controls, and they claim that everything is correct. The auditor's job is to come in from the outside and check that work. They're the inspectors. They don't create the numbers, they just give an independent opinion on them. And finally, what gives this whole document its official power? What makes it legally binding? Well, it all comes down to the sign-off at the very end.
You'll see the report is signed by the audit firm and the specific partner in charge. They're literally putting their professional reputation on the line. But pay really close attention to the date. That date tells you the exact day the audit was finished. Why does that matter? Because anything major that happened to the company after that date isn't covered by this report. That's a super important detail to remember.
So there you have it. The auditor's report isn't just some boring compliance document. It's a story. It's a story about a company's financial health, its biggest challenges, and its overall credibility. And now you know how to read it. From the final verdict to the key risks. You've got the tools. The only question left is, what are you going to look for first?